Well, like I did say it previously when I was the leader of the young Christian people in Nigeria, we formed a militia in order to protect the church. And when I changed in 1992, I mean in 1995, from 1992 I was still very strong militia leader. I did some training for quite a lot of young people to protect the church. For us, the Christians, we take an oath never to attack first, but to prevent. But the challenge with defense is that you don't know when defense becomes offense. So that challenge was there. So our people may defend. In the course of defend, they offend. In the course of offend, they can also be aggressors. So you do not know when defense stops. When I had my turning point, when I changed from being a militia, I went around all the structures I had in ground to tell them we have to, even if we have to preach Jesus Christ, if we want to stop this violence, it's not by counter violence, but by discussing with these people and understanding their level of education, their level of mindset, their level of ideology. So in that way, I'm able to reduce. But I want to assure you that I did not get everybody on my side. I can't say between 20 to 15 to 20% of the former people do not believe that you can ever dialogue with the Muslim. That the only thing he needs is violence. Similarly, there are a group of Muslims also who are still on the other side, and that is why you find out that at the slightest incidents they go out to attack religious places of worship, political structure, and sometimes even loot. They can go to a shopping mall and burn it down and loot there, and that is the component of poverty. If the people were good governance, if there were justice, people are arrested. Sometimes they do a kangaroo trial and they are set free. They come back again to the street and you see the same person who was arrested or arraigned before a very big commission of inquiry or between the crime and economic crime commission coming out free again, and he's enjoying his loot, using his property. But I want to say this last attack in northern Nigeria sent a signal to the very rich people, because when they see a Porsche car in some areas, irrespective of what the religion, they just break it down in anger. Why are you driving in such a beautiful limousine on this beautiful Pajero or whatever car you're using? Big cars. They were targeting big cars to break them down. So that is to say, the young people are beginning to take laws into their hands to say, this is our money. How are you living so extravagant? How are you living so luxurious? How are you living in an expansive and expensive manner while we are languishing in poverty? My fear is that in the future, even those children who are coming overseas to school, when they go back to our countries, in Africa, in Nigeria, they may not be able to enjoy the loot because they will be targets for those who were not catered for, whose money was stolen and whose corruption has caused them poverty. They would like to take a pint of flesh for what they think was originally theirs. But your father took it and gave it to your son, and your son gave it to his grandchild. So there is an inheritance even in political offices. It has become a family property, not for the people of Nigeria. Except this is corrected, which I feel is being corrected. Otherwise, militia groups will keep coming up with different names under different guises in order to attack the very rich. This is my concern. This is my concern. This is my fear. Houses of very prominent people were burnt down by this crisis that happened, the post-election violence in Nigeria. We have to work and correct that. We are willing to do that. We have been talking to young militias to stop the violence. We are getting some on our side, but not everybody is on our side.